Joining me now are Superintendent of the Catholic Schools for the Diocese of Scranton. We have Kristen Donahue and also Jason Tribbett, who is the principal at Holy Family Academy. That is the Catholic school located in Lower Luzerne. Is actually in our coverage area, and I thank you both for joining me via Zoom here on SSPTV News.
Yes, we are. Thanks for having us today.
Thank you for having us.
Kristen, I'd like to begin with you as a whole, looking at the Diocese of Scranton and what the district, or I should say the diocese, is doing to keep kids safe in Catholic schools this coming school year.
Sure. Thanks, Janine. Yes, we've been working, diligently since we actually got out of school for the 1920 school year in preparation for a safe return to in-person learning for the 2020-21 school year. We formed multiple committees. Our diocesan committee at the diocesan level is the Health and Safety Committee, and it's comprised of our central administration as well as principals within the diocese, and so 2 medical professionals as well as clergy and parents who help us review the data that's available to us and most current and rooted in science, to help us make the best decisions to create, the safest environment for our students, so that we could return for, 5 days of learning in person.
Sure.
So, Mr. Tribbett, as we look at Catholic schools going back to person, have we seen an increase or a decrease in enrollment for Catholic schools for Holy Family Academy?
Yeah, at this point, right now where we're at this year compared to last year, we are a little bit down in our enrollment. And I think some of the families are still waiting to see how things progress once the year starts, to see how it goes before they're making that decision to come back to school in person. The diocese has offered a virtual academy for our families and for our students that are interested in doing that option. And we have seen several students take advantage of that. With the Hazleton School District coming out with their plan, going all virtual for the first 45 days at a minimum, in the last few days we have seen an increase in the number of calls and inquiries coming in about families that would like to send their child in person rather than stay at home.
What are the major safety precautions that the school is taking when kids go back to school?
I think the biggest thing is our classroom setup. Typically at the elementary level, you'll have students grouped in desks that are close to each other because they're working in small groups. But we went through every one of our classrooms, and every desk is 6 feet apart from each other. So it looks completely different than it has in the past, especially for our younger students. So I think that's number one, is making sure the desks are safely 6 feet apart from each other. The classes that have higher enrollment and we weren't able to fit that amount of desks in the classroom, we actually relocated those classrooms to our cafeteria, which is a bigger space, so we were able to spread them out there. With that, our cafeteria service is going to take place in our classrooms. As Kristen said, so we're going to limit the amount of movement within our students. So students will remain in class for our cafeteria service, and will not move about into the cafeteria like they normally would.
Is it true that students will be wearing their gym uniforms and then washing them every night?
Yeah, for the beginning of the year, when with the warmer temperatures, and especially in our school upstairs, it does get a little bit warmer. So we're going to allow them to wear their gym uniforms, and then we'll transition to our regular summer uniform once the fall hits and the weather gets a little bit cooler.
Well, I know we can talk about this issue for several more hours, but you have information, I believe, on the website, Kristen?
Yes, all of our information that we have made public and published to our parents is available on the Diocese of Scranton webpage, and you can find that information under the Sharing Good Health tab.
Very good. Thanks for joining us here on SSPTV News.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. We appreciate it.